everyone and welcome to my channel. So this video is going to be about 10 of my essentials. So these are products that I keep on using day in day out. So I looked at them and they are not in particular order, but it's about 10 different things that I use every single week. Some of them I use them every day and some of them I use them at least once a week. So let's get through the things that I use. So first of all, it's a fry light, so that's a must. So at the moment I've got cream and coconut and olive oil. So they are all on different things. So this one I use with a frying pan and this one I tend to use in the oven. So they are all different for different use. So there are butter, they are all different as well. So this is item number one. Item number two, there are measuring spoons. I use them ever so often. There is loads of things where I just need to make sure I use the right amount. So I scoop it in and I make sure I use it level. So always I either shake it out or just wipe it off with a knife. So because a tablespoon or teaspoon needs to be a leveled teaspoon or tablespoon. So that's item number two. Item number three, it's weighing scales. I use them to weigh my Healthy Extra B choice or Healthy Extra A choice, mainly my cereals in the morning, unless I've got Weetabix that you can have two, so you don't have to weigh and measure, but it's for anything that needs to be weighed. So I use my weighing scales. And then also I use a measuring jugs. So this one is just a normal one where it's got the milliliters and the ounces on the other side. And I use measure my milk allowance or anything else in a recipe. And also at the moment I'm using this measuring cup. That's because it's got the lines in here and it's got 250 ml of a semi-skim milk I use as my Healthy Extra A choice. At the moment it's got a line here, so we have not used, my husband got it as a free with his protein shake, but we never used it. So I thought, oh, as it's got a scale on the side, I might as well use it. So I measure my milk in the morning, use some for my breakfast, and then leave and some for coffee, and leave the rest in a fridge if I need some more. So that's what I use for my milk. Also when I'm out and about I like to drink. So I carry this bottle of water with me. I tend to put some fruit in it, or I like lemon, mint and cucumber in there. That's a nice refreshing drink. So I just cut it up and then leave it in the fridge overnight, and then I take it with me. So I've got drinks on the go, because you need to keep hydrated when you're out and about, not just in the house. And I like to take this water bottle with me to keep me hydrated. Also it's a drinks I've been using every day in my coffee. I've got one of this sweetener tablet that is free on a plan, and also granulated sweetener. I use that for make some pork, or just use it with a dessert or anything. So just a sprinkle. If you just use a tiny sprinkle, you don't have to measure, you don't have to sin it. But if you use a little bit more, you have to sin it. I don't remember how much is in a sin wise, because I just use a tiny sprinkle. If I do use it in a recipe, I always look it up. So my next item is that I use a lot, it's my book, because I use that nearly every day to look up things, because I joined the Slimming World years and years back. That's the first time around when there wasn't a lifeline online, when there was no internet, and you would have to rely on your book. So I'm used to looking up a sins at the back of the book, because that's just a rough idea of all the different products that you have. And Slimming World says that you can use up to 15 sins a day. So if you go so the sins in here are like average. So what I tend to do, look up the biscuits or look up things instead of going, well, I would go online if I buy the product and not knowing the scenes, but then generally during a day it's faster for me to grab a book. So what I've got here, I've got a footnote here. So this one is for my Healthy Extra A's and B's, so I know Healthy Extra A choices and then Healthy Extra B choices, and so it's quickly to look it up. And because the book changed quite a while ago, so I have insert in here regarding change of Healthy Extra B choices and change of a sweetener, so I can look it up. What was it about the sweetener? Well, when you look you don't see. Here, granulated sweetener, so 1 tablespoon count as a half a sin, just to be on the safe side. So yeah, the sweetener, if I were to use a 1 tablespoon, I would count half a sin. Also, the other bit in here I've got footnote is the SP plan. So because I've got because I've been breastfeeding, so it says for breastfeeding mum, it's not recommended to use SP, so I haven't done SP for quite a long time. So once I stop breastfeeding, I'll probably try and do it once in a while, because it says in here it's recommended for mum to be yeah, breastfeeding mum, and as well 16 to 17 years old, follow Extra Easy. So yeah, that's what I've been doing, following Extra Easy. And also the other bit is in here where I said I look up my sins, so I use that quite often. And also what I did in my book when I got it, I highlighted so my favorite things, so my favorite biscuits, so when I go open the book I know straight away what to look at. Cakes, basically everything in my book, I just got to highlight milk, cheeses, all different sorts. So when I open it, I can see straight away what is my most favorite things I use my sins on. So that's my book that I use the most of. Also, where I love cooking, and I do loads of batch cooking, so Tupperware, it's my other thing. So this one I use for the next day to keep things in a fridge. So I've just got the lid and it's got the air ventilator, so handy for a fridge and then for a microwave. And this one is just a little handy, I think it's a it's 0.6 litre, so I put the food in here and then I freeze it. So it's a handy freezable lunchbox, and then once I defrost it I put a bit of a speed on the side here, so that one would be full of chicken, pasta, vegetable, any sauce or anything in there. And then once I defrost it I put 1/3 bit of extra speed on a side on my plate, so that's just about a portion for me. And also other things along with the cooking, it's good cooking saucepan. So I've got lovely non-stick saucepan with a lid, so I've got a whole set, and I had that for about 11 years now, so it's lasted a long time. So good set of saucepans. And also I've got a Tefal frying pan, and this one I think it's a Prestige. So yeah, a good non-stick saucepans and lids. And the last things that I use every single day, it's a food planner. It will be food planner and a food diary. So this one is empty at the moment, but that one is on my fridge, and that one I've planned my breakfast, lunch, dinner and snacks, and it's got Monday to Friday or Monday to Sunday, and you can buy that from a Slimming World, and you can just write it down and then wrap it off as you go along. And also a food diary, and because I've been doing a Slimming World for years now, and I've been on a Target for nearly 5 years, I've got all different set of food diaries. So this is my first ever food diary that I found, because I still keep my old food diaries. It's nice to look at them back. So this one is from 21st of 6, 2013, and you can see a lot of filling in here. And also in here I kept my food log, my fit log. And in here I did quite a lot of I got Body Magic straight away, because I used to cycle five times a week. I used to cycle to work. It took me 45 minutes each way, so straight away I can see every day I did cycling. I did 3 times Zumba even. I did over 10 hours in a week of exercise. And then this is my food diary. You can see loads of free food, loads of super free food. That's how they call the speed food now. And I lost 4.5 pounds in that week, so quite good. Really busy food diary. Then I also found an old diary that I love too. That's from Slimming World, Eat, Play, Live. And I fill that in, and I liked about that diary that you get the meal planner in here as well, where you can when you plan your breakfast, lunches and dinner. And as I can see, I scribbled something because I changed from root vegetable soup to butternut squash soup. So yeah, I probably made something different as to what was on offer. So yeah, and I also, whenever I write down the recipe or the meal plan in here, I write down which book I found it from or which magazine, and then the page in here. So I wrote here from Extra Easy book, page number 86. That would be that recipe, tomato and mixed bean soup, again for lunch. So yeah, I like that. And nowadays I'm using, as I said, I use this food planner. And then I just use an ordinary scrapbook. So this is a nice book. It says You Are Fabulous. It's just an ordinary book. And then in here, let me just open one in just to show you. So God, in here I've got breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks in here, and then the exercise at the bottom, what I did. So again, I still keep my food, my exercise log, and then in here I would write down if I found anything in a freezer, so that I would write down what I had, and then the meal came from freezer. And then this is my summary on the top. So on that day I had 12.5 cents, 2 healthy extra A's and 2 healthy extra B, because I'm a Target member. And then on the bottom I wrote down the exercise. So I did an hour of walking, and then the 100 squats, because I was doing her 100 squats challenge for a month. So yeah, and then all different snacks. So yeah, and this is my 10 most used item while I'm at the Slimming World. So hope you enjoyed this video. If you did like it, give it a thumbs up, and if you would like to see any more of my future video, click the subscribe button below. See me in my next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.